Hello everyone, welcome to the Swimwear Workshop with Butcher Sew Shop. My name's Andrea. I'm going to be showing you how to make the Cottesloe Swimsuit by Megan Nielsen Patterns. So this swimsuit pattern has 4 different versions, so you can mix and match them to get the perfect design. So we're using this pattern because it's relatively beginner friendly, so if you're new to sewing swimwear, this is a great place to start. So there aren't many seams or design details, so it's a great way to learn construction techniques that you'll be able to use for other swimwear patterns in the future. So because this is a relatively athletic style as well, once you learn these techniques, then you'll be able to make sports bras and basic underwear too. So it's a really versatile pattern for that reason. So in this workshop, I'm going to be showing you how to measure yourself and then read the size chart to choose the correct size, working with a pattern that has negative ease, working with slippery spandex fabric, attaching elastic, changing the settings for your sewing machine or your serger. I'll be showing you both ways of doing it. And then also how to attach lining and foam cups and gussets. Making your own swimsuit can be an empowering experience, especially if you've been frustrated by finding a suit that fits you in the stores in the past. So here you have full control over your fabric choice, and then you can make changes such as grading between sizes for different parts of the body for a customized fit, changing the height of the rise to be perfect for what feels comfortable for you, and then changing things like the neckline depth and the snugness of the elastic on the swimsuit bottoms. So I'll be showing you all of those changes that you can make to the pattern, so hopefully you'll end up with a suit that you feel comfortable wearing and proud that you made. So this pattern is available in 2 size ranges. We have 0 to 20 and then we have 14 to 30. So that's one of the most extensive size ranges for a swimsuit pattern out there. They even have a mini Cottesloe pattern for toddlers and children. So you can actually make this for almost everyone you know. So even though this swimsuit pattern is simple, that doesn't mean that it's necessarily easy to sew. There are tricky techniques that are going to require a lot of finesse and patience, such as attaching a narrow piece of elastic around a curve and then just cutting and sewing with slippery knit fabric and finding the right settings and the needles and everything that work best on your machine. So there's going to be some trial and error. It's going to take you a couple tries to get things right. So if you aren't having success on your first run, don't be frustrated. It's very common, and just stick with it, because once you get the techniques down, it'll go so much faster and then you'll be able to churn out swimsuits like nobody's business. So you can always practice the basic techniques on scraps before trying it on the real suit, just so you can get a feel for how things need to be handled as you feed them through the machine. And I even have a little lesson on how to seam rip zigzag stitches, because it's inevitable. You're going to make some mistake at some point. So knowing how to do that without tearing your fabric or tearing your hair out will be good. So I also want to set expectations now that ready-to-wear swimsuits from retail stores, they are made in factories that have specialized equipment and threads. So the finish on those suits is going to be a little bit different than your handmade suit. So don't feel discouraged by that when maybe it looks a little sloppy on the inside, but just trust me that no one's going to see the inside of your suit necessarily. And even the zigzag top stitching on the suit, that's not going to look unprofessional to anyone who's not a sewer. And so when you wear this to the pool and tell someone that you made it, their jaws are going to drop. So the different versions of the suit, we have View A, which is a one-piece suit that has a low back, so a low scoop in the back, and then an optional shelf bra on the inside, and these ties that are tied into a bow at the back just for extra support and some design detail. And then View B is also a one-piece suit. It just has a regular scoop back instead of the low back, so it's a bit simpler. View C is a 2-piece, so it's just a scoop neck bikini top, and then View C is the low-rise bikini bottoms that are finished with elastic. And then View D is the same top but with high-rise bottoms, and then these wider fabric bands that are attached to the underbust and the waistband. So all of these versions have the option of being fully lined on the inside and then adding foam cups to the bust area for extra coverage or support. So some of these techniques will be the same for all the versions, so I'll just be using one of the examples in the particular lesson, but some will be unique to whichever version you're making, so I have listed that out in the title of the lesson so it's easier for you to navigate in case you're just making one specific view, and then you'll know which to follow. Though it could definitely be helpful to watch all of the lessons just so you can get an overview of every single technique that is involved with making this pattern. So let's jump into this workshop and make a swimsuit.